Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and today we'll be doing more of the people from the area. I know it's been a while since I've had one of these episodes, but let's go ahead and try to get into this today. Uh, the towns we'll be doing, there's actually six of them today we'll be talking about. Because they're not a lot of people from each town, the video shouldn't be too long. First town we're going to talk about is Fleming-Neon, Kentucky. And we have three people. First is Martha Carson, who was born Irene Ambergy, was an American gospel country music singer most popular during the 1950s. And again, these are all just straight from Wikipedia, so. Next person we're going to mention is Jean Chapel, uh, whose real name was Opal Jean Ambergy. She was an American country singer and songwriter and recorded for several record labels, writing over 400 songs, more than 170 of which were published in her lifetime. And the last person is Johnny Cox, who is a retired American basketball player um, that played for the Chicago Zephyrs. Which, let me open this up. I think when I hover over Chicago Zephyrs, it gives me something for Washington Wizards. So I don't know if they were originally the Washington Wizards. Yeah, the franchise established in Chicago as the Chicago Packers and then were renamed the Chicago Zephyrs before they finally moved to Baltimore, becoming the Baltimore Bullets, the Capital Bullets, and finally the Washington Bullets, and now they're the Washington Wizards. But Johnny Cox played for the team when they were still the Chicago Zephyrs, and that is Fleming-Neon. The next town we're going Fleming-Neon, Kentucky. The next town we want to take a look at is McRoberts, Kentucky. They only have one person listed in Wikipedia, and that is Paul Toth. He was an American professional baseball player, right-handed pitcher who appeared in Major League Baseball from 1962 to 1964 for the St. Louis Cardinals and Chicago Cubs. Okay. And though he was born in McRoberts, he actually did grow up in Youngstown, Ohio, it says. So, Paul Toth. And that was all for McRoberts, Kentucky. The next place with people we want to look at is Elkhorn City, Kentucky. First person is Patty Loveless. Real name is Patricia Lee Ramsey. Um, she is an American country music singer. She emerged on the country music scene in late 1986. So yeah, Patty Loveless. Next is Robert H. Reed. He was a general in the U.S. Air Force and the former chief of staff of the Supreme Headquarters Allied Powers Europe. So Robert H. Reed. Next is J.T. Cure, who is a bass player for Chris Stapleton. And the last we have listed here is Danny Effin Cure. And it just says notable career team leader of the Ford Motor Company. I don't know. That's just what it says. So the next town we want to look at is Nickelsville, Virginia. We have two people listed here. The first is Maybelle Carter, and she is a bluegrass artist and mother of June Carter Cash, the wife of Johnny Cash. So she would be Johnny's mother-in-law. Mother Maybelle Carter was an American country musician and originator of the Carter Scratch. She is best known as a member of the original Carter Family Act from the late 1920s until the early 1940s and was a member of the Carter Sisters. So yeah, Maybelle Carter. The other person we have listed for Nickelsville is Olin Cassell, an American sprinter in the 1950s and 60s, winning a gold medal in the men's 4x400 relay at the 1964 Summer Olympics in his early 30s. So yeah, Olin Cassell, and that's all for Nickelsville, Virginia. Next is Blountville, Tennessee. We have two people. The first is Joseph A. Brownlow, who it says was an itinerant farmer and father of Tennessee Governor and U.S. Senator William Ganaway Brownlow, and died in 1860 in Blountville. But yeah, Joseph A. Brownlow. Next is Ron Ramsey, who was the 49th governor of Tennessee. Ronald Lynn Ramsey is an American auctioneer, politician, and lobbyist who served as the 49th, lieutenant governor of Tennessee, not governor, and Speaker of the Tennessee State Senate from 2007 to 2017. And he is a Republican from Blountville, Tennessee. So yeah, Ron Ramsey, 49th Lieutenant Governor of Tennessee. And the last town we want to look at is Church Hill, Tennessee. They have three people. The first is Lloyd Carr. He is a former American football player and coach. And he served as the head football coach at the University of Michigan from 1995 through the 2007 season. He was born in Churchill, Tennessee, and lived there as a child. So yeah, former University of Michigan head coach Lloyd Carr. Next is Blake Leeper. Blake Leeper is a U.S. Paralympic athlete, 8-time Paralympic track and field international medalist, and the world record holder and 3-time American record holder. He was in the 2012 U.S. Paralympics was his most recent one they show. So And the last person from Churchill, Tennessee is James Allen Shelton, who is an American bluegrass guitarist. Shelton was a solo musician, and he released 10 albums and performed with the Clinch Mountain Boys, who is a bluegrass group. But yeah, that is everyone they have listed from Churchill, Tennessee. But yeah, I'll go ahead and have these Wikipedia links in the description below the video. But as always, educate thyself, think, read, study, learn. Someone tries to tell you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, later.